Hello again, hope everyone's okay. What I'm going to be doing today is showing you what I do to try and maximise the space that I've got. I've got a very small shed, it's 6x4, and so I need to maximise and get the most use out of all the tools that I actually have. Now I have got a small lathe, it's actually a 4-foot bed, but it's actually overhanging on my work surface. Not the best place to put it, but I don't have a choice. But how can I make it more useful to me? I have very little space. In fact, the space that you can see here is effectively all I have to use to build things on. This is like my only flat space that I can realistically use. So having things like grinders, bench mounted sanders would be absolutely fantastic. I just physically don't have the space for. So what I do, I try to maximise what I have and come up with ways to make my life a little bit easier. And one thing I've done is made these little sanding discs on wood. I've written on the back there, as you can see, the different grits, 1000 grit, 180 and 80. And I'm going to make some more today. And it's relatively simple. All you need to do is affix them to a faceplate on a lathe if you have one. A faceplate being something like this. A big block of steel, threaded out to your spindle gauge, lots of holes in so you can screw in your piece to it. So what I'm going to do now is find myself a bit of scrap plywood, which is thick enough to actually hold screws without them protruding, and then we're going to carry on from there. Okay, so let's have a look at the wood pile. A lot of scrap wood. Some nice stuff actually. What I'm after is a bit of plywood. This one here, quite conveniently on top, should suffice. Now I need to make sure that this piece here is going to be the same width as the diameter of the faceplate. So let's give it a quick measure. Okay, so where's the steel one? There we go. We have got, this piece is 6.5 inches. I'm going to work in imperials today, why not? And the faceplate itself is a little under 6, so that's ideal. Now, what I need to do first is draw a circle on the wood. I'm going to draw it right at the end so I don't want to waste any. I'm sure, like most people, we don't have money to be wasting. So I need to make sure this is set to at least 3 inch. Yeah, it's a little over. That's not a problem at all. Just going to clear and clear. Take that right to the edge. So it'll save me a bit of time later on the lathe. Now, as I said earlier, and actually I said in the previous video as well, my bandsaw broke. So I'm not overly happy with that, because that would have made this job a lot quicker and easier. What we're going to have to do now is go old-fashioned and chop this off with my tenon saw. Now that I've cut that as close as I can to the edges, I'm just going to knock off these corners just with a 45-degree cut with the tenon saw off all 4, and that will save me a bit of time on the lathe in a minute. Happy days. Now I've knocked the corners off, it will reduce the amount of time I'm going to spend on the lathe rounding this off to the size of the faceplate. What we're going to do then, I'm going to get this faceplate face down on here, And you can locate in the middle where the actual spot was where I used the compass. That is now nice and even all the way around. I'm going to now attach that by a load of screws. First off though, right, you're probably thinking, why have I actually drilled every single hole on there? And the simple reason is I want to be able to put screws in any single hole combination that I want to. Okay, and the screws that I'm going to be using are these old school steel screws. Basically, the new ones nowadays are really hard and they're not designed to take shock loads. So if you use the old style, or you can get them new as well, the malleable steel ones, they work a lot better under stress. And what I mean by under stress, they're less likely to snap. Okay, so I've got the screws, got the screwdriver. Now is the boring job of screwing these things in. Obviously, I would have checked to make sure that these screws won't penetrate all the way through. So with the first one, I'm going to get it in as tight as I possibly can go. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't protrude on the other side, because the last thing we want is a point of the screw coming through, bending into. Happy with that. And now we're going to carry on that all the way through. Right then, now it's time to attach the faceplate to my lathe. Okay, so this one here is a standard 3/4 by 16 TPI spindle thread. You generally find them on the slightly cheaper lathes. This one I picked up for £25 because I'm not made of money. Just going to make sure that's on nice and tight. There we go. Obviously, when you're doing this, you always make sure that you got the power switch off to the lathe. The last thing you want to do is this thing kick off on you when you're putting stuff onto it. Oh, let's move that back a bit. As you saw there, when I always give it a bit of a test spin. The last thing I want it to do is hit the rest when I switch it on. Much easier to give it a bit of a quick check. Okay, power's on. Okay, when you switch them off on for the first time, make sure you stand back, stand away from it, and give it a test. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to try and round this off now, so it's roughly this, just slightly wider than the diameter of the faceplate. As we can see there now, that's nice and smooth. Okay, so what I've done there now, I made it's nice and round on the outside, and on the face of it I refaced it to make sure it was nice and smooth, because obviously when we glue on the sandpaper, what we don't want is to be lumps and bumps underneath, which will obviously affect the work that we're trying to sand or to smooth off. So what I'm going to do now, Got the power off to the lathe, and I'm going to take off the faceplate. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray some glue onto the faceplate, and then I'm going to stick my sandpaper onto it. The reason why I'm spraying directly onto the faceplate, the wood on the faceplate, as opposed to sandpaper, I don't want to waste any sandpaper, okay, because it's not cheap stuff. So obviously make sure you're well ventilated. I've got my door open, and I'm not going to be staying in here that much longer. Hate the smell of this stuff. Bit of a spray on, get it to your edges. Again, you don't want to waste anything. I just had a bit of paper underneath to protect my workbench. Now what I'm going to do, because I've got this faceplate is actually really nice and heavy, its own weight will actually hold on well enough. So now I'm just going to leave that set there for probably 15-20 minutes. Okay, now it's been about 15-20 minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut around the outside and make sure this is fully stuck down. As I was doing that, I was pressing firmly down into the table because I don't want this thing to slip when I'm trying to cut it. Obviously, we've got a decent amount of sandpaper left, so we're not going to throw that away. We'll keep that for the next time we need one. And what we have there now is a nice 6-inch sanding disc. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to unscrew it from the plates, and I'm going to mark the grit size on the back of the wood. So when you've got a stack of them, you can easily identify which one's which. Days. Let's go get a pen, and we're going to mark it up with the grit size. In this case, it was 120 grit. I'm going to put that now with my stash, and I'm going to make up some more. So I'll see you guys later. Take care and have a great day.